Hey guys, how are ya? Thanks for tuning on to this video. Please subscribe and please help me get to 2,000. I think this year I need to get to 2,000, man. I know sometimes I say, be consistent with the videos, but life comes in and it's not consistent, but we'll try to do that. But please help me get to 2,000, 2,000 subscribers. That would be great. I'm gonna say something, man. Some of you guys have heard about this organization or a union of countries called BRICS, right? South Africa is one of them. The reason why I say this is because I think white people are so royal. Not royal, are so loyal to each other, man. Sometimes I feel like these guys listen to the same news, like all over the world. The same news, the same everything. Right now, the thing is, South Africa is going down, there's no electricity. Every person I meet, every one of them that I meet, that's what they're bringing up. South Africa is going down, there's no electricity. It's like they can't wait to see that country go down. But guess what? It will never happen. Just leave us alone. Here's one thing I've also realized that's quite interesting about the loyalty of these people. It's one we can all admire, okay? We need to look into this. When you look at BRICS, South Africa is getting good deals. China was having issues with Australia. I'm in Australia, so I know what I'm talking about. China was having issues with Australia. China banned the importation of barley and wine from Australia. Guess what China did? They started buying from South Africa. They bought from South Africa a lot. This time they're having issues with buying corn from America, right? Because the whole thing of BRICS is to allow trade among these countries, right? They're still getting corn and a lot of it from America, but they've managed to cut some of that, and now they're getting it from South Africa. Now, if you look at the things I've mentioned here, just 3 commodities: corn, barley, and wine. So, South Africa is getting all these deals from China because they play a very big role in BRICS, right? Now, this is one thing we all need to look at. Who's benefiting from all these things? Who are the benefactors? Black people in South Africa don't own wineries. They don't own land to farm barley. You need thousands of acres to do that. And certainly they don't own, land to farm corn. You need thousands of acres to do that. However, with all these benefits that are happening to these people, so white people own all these things. They are the beneficiaries of these deals. But they're still not fan of BRICS. They still want to arrest Putin. The guy is even going to Ukraine because South Africans have said, nah, we're not going to participate in this. We're not taking sides. And there's a good reason for that. And if most of you don't know, when we were fighting for independence in Africa, no one was willing. We were willing to die. For some of you have been told lies. You believe things were just given for free. It wasn't. Sometimes it was war. People were willing to fight. In Mozambique, they had to fight. In Namibia, we had to fight. So in all these places, it was serious issues. No Western country was willing to provide guns to us. You know who came to the rescue? Russia. It's not because they're good people. Obviously, they were doing it to their own advantage. They also had their own issues. But guess what? They helped us. When Zambia became independent, and I'll bring up another video on this because people are something I keep hearing. Oh, this airport now belongs to China. It's all bullshit. It's business. People, they do business with Europeans. We do business with the Chinese. Who cares? I tell you about it. In 1975, Zambia relies heavily on copper, and we could not ship copper through Zimbabwe, no South African ports. Through Zimbabwe to South African ports, we couldn't do it because we had become independent. Zimbabwe was under white rule, South Africa was under white rule, and they decided not to allow us ship copper just for that reason, nothing else. For that reason, because they didn't want us to succeed. You know who came to our rescue? It was the Chinese. They built the Tazara rail line straight from Tanzania into Zambia. These are the people that came to our rescue. So we have serious friendship with these people, and we're not going to throw them under the bus. And I'm pretty sure most of them got good intentions. It's up to just us. If we show weakness, anyone is going to take advantage of you. Even your closest friend. If you're showing weakness, they're going to take advantage of you. And I mean, there's no friends in this business, it's allies, you know. So even your ally will take advantage of you if you show weakness. So a lot of things, it's about us, you know, coming from a position of power, you know. But these guys, though, I admire their loyalty, man. They are loyal to the cause. You know, that's why I look at NATO, I'm like, wow, that's a lot better than the African Union. Definitely, there's loyalty in this world. Doesn't matter what the other wrong, the other. I actually believe, if you really think about it, most of the people are still loyal to the Nazi just because they were white. You know, that's the loyalty that we don't have in Africa. Even thieves in Africa are not loyal to Africans. It's like we are willing to throw ourselves under the bus like that. You know, we got presidents who make a lot of money and go and build houses in Dubai and other places and do nothing for their own people. There's no loyalty. You know, people that actually stood up, unfortunately, people that stand up for loyalty for Africans, they end up getting killed. But the people, the Africans themselves, forget about these people like that, like they never existed, which I find quite funny. This is something we should get from our friends, because they don't forget people that did something for them. If you look at in America, just recently, that those heroes from Confederate heroes, the statues started coming down, but they did put up their statues. Whether they were in the wrong or right, they did put up their statues. We don't do that. We forget about our heroes like they never existed. That's a case that we put on ourselves, because that ain't right. You know, so I admire these guys' loyalty. They are benefiting from BRICS, but they're still acting like that's not important. What's important is staying loyal to their core, to their group, to their main group. Support the Ukraine war, support Ukraine, and talk against China, talk against Russia. And they believe that. Doesn't matter how much money they make. There's a company called, what is it called? Jaspers, I think it's called, South African investment firm. They invested $32 million in Tencent in China. Today, that $32 million, I think is worth something like $250 billion. They made that money in China. And I tell you what, this company is not black owned, it's white owned. But I tell you what, these people still turn around and spit in Xi Jinping's face, just because the rest of their group says we need to be against them. And the only crime the Chinese have committed is because they want to develop and be better. You know, I don't even understand this hate towards the Chinese. They are not our friends as African, but they are an ally. There's a difference there, okay? And one thing I find interesting is that these guys here are teaching their men, their little boys, to be gay and to accept not just to also accept pedophilia. This is what they're teaching kids over here. You know, in China, you ask most of their kids, they want to be engineers, and there's a whole heap of kids that want to be engineers. So if China develops in the near future, and these guys don't, it's not the Chinese fault. The kids focused on issues and things that matter, not LGB whatever Q community and pedophilia. It's just I don't know, man. That's just unacceptable. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring this up, man. The loyalty, I think, is amazing. It's something we should all admire. And I'm gonna end by saying, my man Julius Malema said, when you see a black guy fighting a white guy, just join in and beat up the white guy, and then ask your black guy afterwards and say, what was wrong afterwards. That's loyalty. That's how these guys operate, and we should operate the same way. And because we are at a disadvantage, we should operate like this more than even them. Thank you, guys, and thanks for clicking onto this video. Please subscribe. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you. Goodbye.